Deep in Utah's desolate desert lies Nutty Putty Cave, a twisted maze of suffocating tunnels coated in slick, squishy clay. Its passages, with names like the Birth Canal and the Helmet Eater, beckon thrill-seekers with the promise of adventure and a whisper of danger. Thousands crawled through its jagged, claustrophobic depths, chasing the rush of conquering the underground. But in 2009, one man's journey into this dark, unforgiving world turned into a nightmare so terrifying, it sealed the cave forever. This is the haunting true story of John Edward Jones, and it's about to grip you like the cave gripped him. John Edward Jones, a 26-year-old medical student, husband, and father, was no stranger to caving. Growing up in Utah, he'd explored its caves with his father and brother Josh, relishing the thrill of slipping through nature's hidden traps. Though his medical school commitments in Virginia had kept him away from caving for years, John was eager to reconnect with his passion during a Thanksgiving visit to Utah in 2009. He planned a trip to Nutty Putty Cave, known as a beginner-friendly hydrothermal cave despite its tight passages, with his brother Josh and 9 friends. On November 24th, the group arrived around 8 p.m., equipped with standard caving gear, helmets, headlamps, and sturdy clothing. John's familiarity with the cave from his youth gave him confidence, but he didn't account for its unmapped sections or his larger adult frame of 6 feet tall and 200 pounds. They aimed to explore the Big Slide and the infamous Birth Canal, a challenging but navigable passage. No formal guide was present, and the group relied on their collective experience, unaware of the deadly mistake awaiting them. What started as a fun Thanksgiving adventure became a desperate fight for survival. For an hour, John, Josh, and 2 friends navigated the Big Slide, a steep, 45-degree chamber that tested their nerve but fueled their excitement. Craving more, they set their sights on the Birth Canal, a passage so tight you have to exhale to fit, slithering on your belly like a trapped animal. But in the suffocating darkness, John took a wrong turn, one that would lead him straight into a trap. He slid headfirst into Ed's Push, an unmapped gap, a mere 10 by 18 inches, tighter than a coffin. Too big for the tunnel's crushing grip, John was stuck, upside down, his head lower than his feet, arms pinned beneath him. The rock squeezed his chest, stealing his breath. Josh found him first, spotting only the soles of John's boots. He pulled with all his strength, but John didn't move. Panic surged, their shouts echoing as they scrambled to call for help. By 8:45 p.m., Utah's cave rescue team arrived. Over 100 volunteers, paramedics, and deputies descended on Nutty Putty. Susie Modela, a small, seasoned caver, reached John first, crawling 135 feet through brutal twists to assess his condition. She tied a rope to his ankles, attempting a direct pull, a standard caving rescue technique to extract someone from a tight passage. "Don't worry, John," she said. "We'll get you out lickety-split." But the sight of him, wedged so tightly he could barely speak, chilled her. "I really want to get out," John whispered, his voice weak, each word a struggle. The cave was strangling him, and time was slipping away. For 27 grueling hours, the team fought, employing a series of advanced rescue techniques tailored to the cave's brutal constraints. Initially, they used manual pulling with ropes tied to John's ankles, hoping to dislodge him from the narrow crevice. When this failed due to the tunnel's downward slope and slick clay, they shifted to a more complex rope and pulley system. Rescuers drilled bolts into the cave walls to anchor pulleys, creating a mechanical advantage to hoist John upward against gravity. This system required precise coordination, as the 10 by 18-inch passage allowed only one rescuer to work near John at a time, limiting their ability to apply force. They also attempted to lubricate the surrounding rock with water to reduce friction, but the clay absorbed it, making the surface even stickier. Some rescuers tried chiseling the rock around John to widen the passage, but the cave's unstable structure made this risky, as falling debris could injure John or the team. A two-way radio was set up to let John communicate with his wife, Emily, waiting outside, pregnant and praying. "I'm trying so hard," he told her, his voice breaking with effort. Hope flickered when the pulley system, now reinforced with multiple anchor points and a 3:1 mechanical advantage, began to lift John. Inch by agonizing inch, they pulled him upward, using a Z-rig pulley setup to distribute the load across multiple rescuers at the cave's entrance. His tired eyes met a rescuer's, a spark of relief shining through. Then, disaster struck. One of the drill bolts, unable to withstand the immense pressure of John's 200-pound frame and the cave's resistance, sheared off the wall. John slid back down, deeper into the crevice, and a piece of falling gear injured a rescuer's arm. The team's spirits shattered. John was now wedged tighter, his situation bleaker than ever. The cave refused to let go. Brandon Kowalas, one of the last to reach John, found him barely conscious, his face dirty, eyes red from the strain. The team had exhausted their options. Manual pulling, pulley systems, lubrication, and chiseling had all failed against the cave's unrelenting grip and John's inverted position, which caused blood to pool in his head, compressing his lungs and heart. At 11:56 p.m. on November 25, 2009, a paramedic pronounced John dead. His heart couldn't endure the pressure any longer. The rescuers were crushed. They'd risked their lives for over a day, but the cave had won. Emily, at the entrance, collapsed, her world broken. Retrieving John's body was deemed too dangerous. The cave's unstable passages could claim more lives. His family and the landowners made a gut-wrenching call. Nutty Putty would be his tomb. Explosives collapsed the ceiling near Ed's push, and concrete sealed every entrance. A plaque outside now warns adventurers of the tragedy. John's story exploded online, gripping cavers and horror fans. The terror of being trapped, helpless, in a space smaller than a grave, fighting for air, is pure nightmare fuel. It's why millions can't stop watching videos and reading posts about Nutty Putty. If this story's got you on edge, hit that like button and drop a comment. Would you ever brave a cave like this? Or is John's fate enough to keep you out? Subscribe for more true stories that'll haunt you long after they end. Emily has moved on, raising their children while bearing the pain of that day. Rescuers like Susie and Brandon carry scars too, some never caving again. Nutty Putty is silent, its passages sealed forever. But John's story lives on, a stark warning of the risks we take chasing adventure. Caves are beautiful but deadly. They don't forgive mistakes. Always go with a guide, know your limits, and never underestimate the underground's power. Before you go, smash that like button if John's story shook you. Share in the comments, have you ever caved, or does this make you swear it off forever? Hit subscribe and tap the bell to catch more chilling tales that'll keep you up at night. Nutty Putty may be locked away, but John's warning echoes in stone. Stay safe, and thanks for watching.